Alright, but magic time. Playing some green-black whip in modern, and we'll give this a shot. Let's just lead on Evolving Wilds. So we can stock our graveyard. We even have our Eternal Witness, so if we mill a whip, we can get it back. Seems like a reasonable hand, depending on the matchup. Flooded Strand for our opponent. Well, crack Evolving Wilds, grab a swamp, play the forest, run out Sakutra-Tribe Elder, and pass the turn. So opponent could be storming, could be playing control. Flooded Strand cracked. Gets an island. And ops. Oh, this could be the Through the Breach Emrakul deck as well. That's a possibility. That would mean lots of counters. Flooded Strand for our opponent. Yeah, let's wait. Get in with Sakutra-Tribe Elder. Play a forest. Pass the turn. Somehow resolving and sacking Mind Slicer would probably be insane against our opponent's deck. Ooh, Hallowed Fountain. Alright, so probably just blue-white control then, honestly. Well, let's Grizzly Salvage. Take a... let's take Thragtusk. Good threat if we can get it to resolve. The nice part of this matchup is, eventually, Emrakul is pretty helpful. And if we ever just resolve a leap on turn 2, that goes a long way. Flooded Strand for our opponent. Alright, let's crack our Sakutra-Tribe Elder. Grab a swamp. Let's play Llanowar Waste. Play Sakutra-Tribe Elder. And pass the turn. We might as well try to play around mana leaks and whatnot as much as possible. I don't think just, like, slamming a Thragtusk is going to immediately win us the game anyway. Opponent plays an island. And passes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just untap. Grizzly Salvage is good. Play a swamp. Get in with Sakutra-Tribe Elder. And pass the turn. Opponent flashes back Think Twice. Alright, let's Grizzly Salvage. Take a forest. Pass the turn. So we got a couple leaps in the graveyard. If we can Eternal Witness one of them back. Gets an Irrigated Farmland. So drawing like an Inquisition would be great. Also, he has 9 cards in hand. Search for his Kanta. Field of Ruin. Well, let's sack Sakutra-Tribe Elder. Get a forest. Come on, Inquisition. Ooh. So let's Inquisition our opponent. See what they got going on. This is going to let them flip their search at some point. Mana Leak, Negate Path, Snapcaster. Huh. Well, let's take Mana Leak. And just run out Thragtusk. Play the forest. Pass the turn. So we know our opponent has no hard counters, but they can, like, path, snap, path, something like that. There's path number 1. Well, we get a land and a beast. Man, if we ever just draw our Emrakul, it is so sweet. Search for his Kanta, is able to flip. Going to be challenging to resolve our stuff. There's the flip. Hallowed Fountain, untapped. And opponent passing. Well, let's get in with the beast. Hit our opponent to 10. Play Eternal Witness. Get back Grizzly Salvage. We know they're going to counter leap if we do that. And yeah, let's just pass. There's a search for his Kanta. Gets a Cryptic. Yikes. The other problem is, we know they have Supreme Verdict in hand, so even if we Emrakul, they're going to be able to kill it. There's Glacial Fortress. Ooh, there goes the Supreme Verdict. Alright. Well, now if we just Grizzly Salvage into Emrakul, we probably can steal this win. So, Grizzly Salvage. Not a great hit. I guess we'll take Temple. Grizzly Salvage. There's Emrakul. Run out Big Mama Emrakul. Opponent can counter it, but we do get to take their turn. Whew, that's what we were looking for. If there's ever a way we're going to win this game, this is the way. Opponent Cryptics, counters, and draws. We get our opponent's next turn, which is most excellent. Play Temple. Satyr Wayfinder, I think to the bottom for now. And pass the turn. Ghost Quarter would be... that would be excellent. No Ghost Quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. Snapcaster, bounce search for his Kanta. So we could Snapcaster, bounce search for his Kanta, but then our opponent still has a bunch of stuff in hand. We can Jace, counter Jace, Snapcaster, path Snapcaster, fail to find. Yeah, that's probably our best bet. So play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Jace. Negate Jace. Play Snapcaster. Flashback Path. Path Snapcaster. Get a peek at our opponent's deck. So what do they have left in their deck? 1 Rev, 3 Verdicts, Think Twice, 2 Gideons, 2 Geist of St. Traphs, 2 Cryptics. So 1, 2, 2 Cryptics, 2 Leaks, 1 Snapcaster. And of course the Colonnades. Alright. Well, we got a good idea what's in our opponent's deck. We know what's in their hand, so we will pass it and see what happens. We really need to resolve a whip. If we resolve a whip, we should be able to win pretty easily. Opponent activates search, finds one of their 2 cryptics. That's a good find, unfortunately. Opponent passes. Well, play Mind Slicer. See if this draws out the cryptic. Hopefully it does. Alright, there's the cryptic. Counter draw. Well, unless our opponent just happened to draw one of their 2 mana leaks, we get rid of the search for his Kanta. Alright. Resolves, blow up search for his Kanta. Stop that card advantage engine. So we don't know what's in our opponent's hand, but we got a creature on board. There's a Colonnade. Get in with the slime. Opponent takes it. Play Hissing Quagmire. Pass the turn. How many whips are in our deck? We have 2 whips and 1 leap. Alright. Yeah, our deck we have Duplicate, Green Warden are good. Mind Slicer, Rune-Scarred Demon are good. Satyr Wayfinder is a bit sketchy now. 2 whips, 1 leap. Alright. Well, those are the cards that we're looking for. Whips and leaps. Like usual. Planes for our opponent. Uh-oh. Did they find something? Alright, just tap mana. And pass. Well, get in with Acidic Slime. Opponent pass. How many lands are left in our deck? 2? Alright. That means we're not going to cast Wayfinder. Run out Shriek Maw, pass the turn. It's just an unblockable attacker. Field of Ruin for our opponent. Alright, Gideon of the Trials. Oh man, we have so many good draws. 2 lands, a couple of Wayfinders, and every other draw in our deck is pretty solid. And our opponent's getting very low on defenses. Here comes Colonnade. Opponent gets in with Colonnade. We take it. Come on, deck. Be good to us. Alright. I don't like doing this. Hopefully we don't mill all of our whips. Alright. We mill Llanowar, Rune-Scarred Demon. But we do get one of our 2 lands. And this gives us another creature. So we have 2 whips out of 12 cards. Odds are not bad that we find one. And we have Inquisition to make sure the coast is clear. And if we ever resolve whip, we just win that turn. Alright, opponent, Geist of St. Traft. Fires up Colonnade. Well, we do need this to happen relatively soon, now that our opponent found a Geist. Gets in. Hits us. Come on, deck. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, run out Duplicant. That is not a whip. We're not going to exile. We're just going to play it as a 2/4 as an additional blocker. Pass the turn, because we got to make sure we can kill this Geist. Opponent draws a land, plays a land. Oh, come on, whip. Takes up Gideon. Fires up Colonnade. Oh, I just know we're going to draw the last land in our deck. Gets in, down to 13. Oh, come on. Come on, whip. Come on, whip. One time. Passes. It is the last land in our deck. I knew that was going to happen, too. I knew it. Pass the turn. Yeah, that was disappointing. Knowing what's in our deck. Opponent has an opt, which means they could find an answer. They leave the card on top, which means they almost certainly have an answer. Colonnade. Opponent's in the tank. They must have found their last cryptic, I assume. Attacks, attacks, attacks. Well, block Geist, block Gideon. Drop to 5. Come on, deck. Snapcaster. I think our opponent had us dead if they just Snapcaster Cryptic. I guess they don't know our hand. Force. Wow. This might be the sloppiest play I've ever seen. Yeah, there were a lot of things bad about this line. Sure. Well, come on, whip. Come on, whip. Oh my god. Play Llanowar Waste. Pass the turn. We're dropping to 1. Oh my goodness. Here comes Gideon. Oh, hits us to 1. Come on. Come on, deck. Passes. Well, let's Inquisition. Opponent has Blessed Alliance. Yep. Well, all we can do is Grizzly Salvage. Probably going to dump both of our whips. Ooh! Alright. Get a Green Warden. That's a draw. Finally found something. Play Green Warden. Get back. Do we have Thragtusk? It got exiled. What are we getting back? We got to make sure we don't die this turn. We can't do anything about a Wrath. We can't win this turn. Well, I guess we just take Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness means we have 2 blockers, so we don't lose to a path. Play Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness, get back, I guess just Emrakul. And pass the turn, see what our opponent draws. Oh, man. Wow, this has been close. Opponent. Search for his Kanta. That does not kill us. And we are 2 of 3 for whips. 2 of 3 cards in our deck are whips. Field of Ruin. Whip, whip, Satyr Wayfinder. At the very bottom of the deck they are. Yeah, opponent does it again. Okay. And passes. Oh, no! Oh my goodness, it's the bottom 2. The very bottom 2. Oh, play Emrakul. This means our opponent technically has a turn to find a Wrath to kill us. No attacks. What a game this has been. So search for his Kanta. On top is what? Mana Leak. We'll mill Mana Leak. We might as well transform. You're kidding. You gotta be kidding. Search for his Kanta. Sphinx's Revelation. Man, this is a horrible out, but it's kind of an out. This is horrible. Revex 4. Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, this game. Yeah, and that does it. Now they just verdicted attack with Gideon. Unreal. Unreal laws. Holy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't know what it's. Oh my Lord Almighty. Well, go down Duplicate. Go down Shriekmaw. How did that happen? If you added up the odds of everything that had to go wrong for us to lose that game, we're probably getting close to the, like, winning the lottery stage, I would assume. I would assume we're pretty close to that. First off, we had to have our 2 whips. We had so many turds. Had to be the literal bottom 2 cards in our library, and they were. And then even when we get down to 3 cards in our library, we had 2 whips and Satyr Wayfinder. Wayfinder was on top. Then we got to our opponent's turn. They happen to have Supreme Verdict, one of the very few outs to our board. Not just an out like they don't die to Emrakul, because then we draw Whip, an out like they win the game with Gideon. So then we cast the Sphinx's Rev, hoping to hit Detention Sphere, but hitting a Cryptic command, which would let us bounce the Gideon, and then sure, they wrath our board, we draw our Whip and we win, and they don't have any lands left in their deck. Wow. Wow. It's gotta be Lotto. It's gotta be like winning the Lotto. It's gotta be. So bring in Inquisitions, bring in Duresses. Do we change anything else? Beast Within could be okay. Maybe Beast Within over... Let's go down to Llanowar Elves and a Sakutra-Tribe Elder. Try it like that. I am in a stunned state of shock. Alright, we're on the play. Alright, this is reasonable if we can resolve our whip somehow. Play Quagmire, pass the turn. Opponent's probably going to bring in Graveyard Hate, unfortunately. There's an island. Well, let's just Inquisition, make sure they don't have a Rest in Peace. Path Leak, Gideon, Vendilion Click, Supreme Verdict. So we'll just take Mana Leak, play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. So our main goal now is to find a way to resolve this whip. Mystic Gate for our opponent. Crack Evolving Wilds. Grab a Forest. Let's run out Satyr Wayfinder. Take the Temple. Play the Temple. We will keep Grizzly Salvage. Pass the turn. We also got to be aware of time. We spent a long time with our Emrakul turds. Another land for our opponent. And there's Gideon. Well, good news is that means we get down Whip. And we don't think our opponent has an answer at the moment. Play the Forest. Get down a Whip. Hope our opponent did not draw into an answer. And we might as well ping in at Gideon for 1. Gain a life. Pass the turn. So as long as they didn't just draw a Detention Sphere as their 1 unknown, well, 2 unknown. Alright, land, Field of Ruin. We knew about that. So we know about Click, Pass, Supreme Verdict. And then 2 cards we don't know about. Takes up Gideon, sure. Come on, no whip answers. Even just whipping back Satyr Wayfinder is pretty good. I guess I could also draw Sideboard Graveyard Hate, would be the other thing that would disrupt the whip here. Opponent, passing. Well, let's whip number 1. Get back Satyr Wayfinder. Wayfinder gets us a Swamp. Ooh, we milled an Acidic Slime too. We'll hit Gideon with the Hasty Wayfinder, but I think we leave back the other one for chump blocking purposes. So hit our opponent, or hit Gideon, play the Swamp, duress our opponent. Disdainful Stroke, Search. Alright, so we'll just take Search. I think that's the card we're most scared of. All the counter spells and stuff aren't super scary now because we can just keep whipping stuff back. We never really have to resolve anything. Opponent's going to kill our Hissing Quagmire. That's fine. We'll grab another Swamp. So opponent's kind of in Desperation Top Deck mode in some sense. Fires up Gideon. Well, we will definitely just jump with Wayfinder. Jump with Wayfinder. Opponent passes. Is our opponent going to click us? We'll play a Forest. Whip of Erebos. Get back Acidic Slime. Blow up Mystic Gate. Alright, now our opponent's going to click. I wonder if they target themselves. They might have to. Going after us, which means we will Grizzly Salvage. Take, I guess, just Llanowar Elves. We kind of want all the other cards in the graveyard. Opponent's got options. But I feel like that... Ooh, and there's a leap to go with the whip. That's the full combo. Because now we can whip back and then sack the thing to leap. Get into Gideon. I guess our opponent could Path. Path, Supreme Verdict, Disdainful Stroke, and 1 unknown. Opponent takes it. Oh man, I still can't believe we lost that first game. Pass the turn. Well, if our opponent does not draw a way to interact with whip, we are just going to whip them out of this game in very short order. Opponent opts. Probably looking for a land. There's a land. We still know most of our opponent's cards. Fires up Gideon. Yup. Still not sure they can actually beat this whip, though, if they don't draw a Detention Sphere. Opponent hits us down to 17. And passes. We draw a Temple. Well, let's whip back Hornet Queen. I think this forces our opponent to Wrath next turn. Kill Gideon. Opponent lets it go. play Temple, Llanowar Waste to the bottom, and pass the turn. So I'm pretty sure this is just going to force our opponent's hand to cast their sweeper. And remember, we have Emrakul in the graveyard. So sooner or later, that's a lot of whip damage that cannot get path. And next turn, we'll have enough mana that we can leap and Llanowar Elves. Or, I'm sorry, whip and leap and activate leap. We could play Llanowar Elves. Yeah, there's a Supreme Verdict, as expected. Opponent passes. So, play leap, whip of Erebos back, I guess just Satyr Wayfinder, mill some cards, get a land, play the land, get in with the Satyr Wayfinder, leap away Satyr Wayfinder, play Llanowar Elves, pass the turn. Ooh, and we found a Mind Slicer too. Mind Slicer is probably just game. So this means our opponent's got to answer things this turn, or we just Mind Slicer leap, make our opponent discard everything. Well, play a leap, play Hissing Quagmire, leap back Mind Slicer. Oh, I guess this isn't going to work, is it? I always forget that because I think it's going to get exiled instead. Go attacking. Because I think this will be a replacement effect that exiles it. So we don't get to empty the hand, but this still is fine. Hit our opponent, leap the Mind Slicer. Yeah, no trigger. And our opponent scoops it up. Cannot overcome the leap and the whip. I think our opponent thought they were going to have to discard their hand. But joke's on them. That's not how replacement effects work. Alright, well, that went pretty good. Oh man, we could have won that match if we hadn't won the first one. Oh, I can't believe we did win that first one. That's so ridiculous. Alright. I'd love to keep this because of the Wayfinders, but we don't have the ability to cast them. We'll keep Wayfinder. This is fine. Fine-ish. Flooded Strand for our opponent, and passes. Well, play Temple, Scry, and we'll keep Elder on top. Why not? That's not the kind of card people actually counter. Opponent cracks. Gets a Hallowed Fowl. We just got to make sure we don't run out of time. Is it search? Ooh, rest in peace. That is annoying. I will readily admit that that is annoying. Well, that's Llanowar Waste. Run out Satyr Wayfinder. Oh dear. Oh dear, Satyr Wayfinder. Satyr Wayfinder, you have certainly betrayed us. I guess we didn't lose anything too important. Opponent. There's a Gideon of the Trials. Takes up on the Wayfinder. Well, Inquisition our opponent. Settle the Wreckage, Supreme Verdict, and a land. Play Llanowar Waste. Run out Sakutra-Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. We do have to get through this Gideon somehow. But our opponent's out of counters at the moment. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Search for his Kanta, gonna never flip, but it does let our opponent... Kind of a non-bow, actually. But it does let our opponent scry each turn, which is still pretty helpful. Ooh, turning on the Gideon. Interesting. Gets in with Gideon. Well, we'll take our beats for now. Down to 15. Attack Gideon. Attack Gideon. Play Sakutra-Tribe Elder. Play Evolving Wilds. And, I mean, I guess worst case, we hopefully can resolve a Rune-Scarred Demon next turn, which is big and lets us tutor. We know our opponent does not currently have a counter in hand. Path to Exile is milled. Gonna fire up Gideon. Well, let's block and sack, because we still have lethal for Gideon. Grab a Forest. Crack Evolving Wilds. Well, I guess we're gonna wait on Rune-Scarred Demon. Since we can actually just kill... Well, they can settle. 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't play a land. They could have a counter. Yeah, I guess we make them settle. Go attacking at Gideon. Make our opponent spend their settle. There's the settle. We get 2 more lands. Play Grizzly Salvage. I guess we just take Hornet Queen, play the swamp, pass the turn. See what our opponent manages to draw into. Search for his Kanta. I mean, it's not impossible we just lose to Gideon. Opponent leaves the card on top, which is a little scary. Fires up Gideon. Goes attacking. Down to 11. Ops. Okay. No lands. Well, run out Hornet Queen. Resolves. Pass the turn. Search for his Kanta. So this most likely allows our opponent to... forces our opponent to Supreme Verdict. Plays a land. There's the verdict. Yup. Fires up Gideon. Hits us to 7. Yup. We draw. Leap. So we run out Rune-Scarred Demon. Rune-Scarred Demon. Tutor up. Duress. Duress our opponent. Hopefully they don't have a path. Opponent, of course, has a path. Jeez, that's what they scryed into, was path. So, opponent empty-handed, out of action, but with a Gideon, which means we are still in a fragile place. Mills a Plains. Fires up Gideon. Would be nice to draw a second creature, so we're not just dead to a removal or counter. Opponent passes. Play Llanowar Elves. Thragtusk is a good second creature. Play Thragtusk. Holy la. Pass the turn. Wow. It was a Cryptic on top of their deck. So now we could just be dead. Oh, man. Opponent mills a Disdainful Stroke. Plays a land. Fires up Gideon. Goes attacking. Alright, we're not just dead, because we get to block and leap. Into a Satyr Wayfinder. Not ideal. Opponent passes. Duress our opponent. Take Disdainful Stroke. Play Satyr Wayfinder. Mill some stuff. Get a temple. Play the temple. Whip of Erebos to the bottom. Pass the turn. We can block and leap again. If our opponent ever just finds a path, we lose. Or a Cryptic. They keep the card. Oh, man. Unreal. Wow. And that does it. Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess the good news is, I feel like if that's... Oh, I feel like we would have won that match approximately 99 out of 100 times. Ah, that's magic, that's magic.
Thanks for watching the video. If you're subscribed, make sure to hit that bell icon to get notifications for all the latest videos. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you can find the next video right here.